Welcome back, everyone, for another reading. I have already called in my guides and spirits, so I just wanted to offer anybody else that would like to join in the reading that walks in the love and light and get some guidance with that. So I wanted to start out with two different oracle decks I have. One is called Shadow Work, and the other one is Work Your Light. So I just kind of thought that having one of shadow and one of light would be interesting to do. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So it looks like somebody probably needs to spend a little time maybe meditating and looking inward and just holding that space of rest for yourself. Rest is always important. For the shadow, we have control issues. Fear of losing power or false security leads to vulnerability. Release, trust, empowerment. Okay. So somebody may have some control issues that they're going to need to start looking at. So I don't know how that reflects on anyone. Oops, I'm trying to get my cards here. Okay. Hopefully finding rest and letting go of certain things would probably benefit you going forward. Okay. All right, let's get into the tarot cards. So we have the Hierophant, Death, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Four of Swords. All right. The first thing that stands out to me is the Four of Swords because this is literally the card of rest. So I think that's some good confirmation with that. The Page of Swords is often like new ideas coming in. The Page of Cups is new emotional understanding or emotional attachments or offers of emotional stability can be included with that. So I'm kind of just doing a little overview right now. We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is an individual who knows exactly what they're doing as far as their spiritual path. They've got it figured out and they want to guide and teach other people. So a lot of people come to this point in their own spiritual journey where they feel like they've got at least a grip of something and they can maybe help other people along their path, which oddly enough, I sort of feel like that's where I'm at with this, at least with doing this tarot reading. Hopefully these kinds of readings will help guide people, you know, unlock certain things in themselves with these keys here. So I really like that. All right, the Death card, major transformation here, major, kind of like a whole new way of being, a whole new thing coming in for you. It's something, it's a major shift. The death is, you know, death is very final. Doesn't mean a physical death necessarily. It just is talking about a path that you may have been on that is now coming to a complete end. And you probably have seen it coming. This is not necessarily a sudden change all the time. So I don't always look at every aspect of the cards every time, but some things stand out a little bit. And right here, we have this figure in robes and wearing a crown. And it looks very similar to the imagery here on the Hierophant. So I wonder if whoever this reading is for, you are probably this person or coming to this point in your life and there's a shift happening. There's something's going to change for you. Doesn't mean bad thing. Death card doesn't mean it's a bad transformation. It's usually for your betterment, actually, going forward. With the Ace of Wands, somebody is setting out on a pathway of new ambition, a new passion, something coming that has maybe spurred you onto this transformational path right here. Because the pages often represent new journeys. They're sometimes seen as like a mini fool. A fool is somebody beginning an awakening, spiritual type of journey. So this energy is kind of like a whole new start for somebody. That's kind of what I'm getting overall with all these cards is that, yeah, you may be in a restful mind right now, which is really good, restful place. But some new stuff is beginning and it's all going to begin to change very soon, I believe. All right, so let's get into our clarifying cards with my second tarot deck. Okay, we have the Moon. The Page of Cups again. Okay. Four of Wands, another 4. The 5 of Wands, okay. The Tower. And Judgment. Okay, so first I'm going to point out that I was actually thinking of how different Death and the Tower cards are. They are both transformational moments, but this one is a quite rapid change. Like suddenly things are completely out of control. Almost, I wonder if this control issue card is coming up for somebody. You kind of feel maybe like you thought some things were going a certain way, and then suddenly, bam, it's all different. And you can't go that way anymore, and it's a completely different change. So, all right, let me just kind of start at the beginning again. All right, so we have here the Moon with the Hierophant. The Moon is a journey into yourself, into your sort of like can be seen as the dark night of the soul, but oftentimes it's looking within and seeing that you have what you need within. So with the Hierophant and the Moon, you've had to do a lot of spiritual work. You've had to do your shadow work. You've had to do a lot to bring you to this point. So good for you, because the Moon phase of the tarot journey is not for the weak. This is definitely someone who has put in the work. So what we have here with the Death and the Page of Cups, and then also I'm going to talk about these together because they're so relevant to each other. The Page of Cups with the Death and the Page of Cups with the Tower. Major transformations with both of the Tower and the Death, and the Page of Cups is a new, fresh way of looking at it. A new, fresh way of seeing all of the things that is coming for you, or that you're moving into, all the new things that you're moving into, emotional stability, emotional self-worth. You have to shift from what things were into what things need to be, so then therefore they will become. So shifting from what they were to what they will become, and it's necessary. So with the Cups, it's all about your emotions and often relationships as well. So the Pages are about, with the Cups, that they are specifically about welcoming new emotional fulfillment. So you've gone through the journey of your inner self, and you've been having to transition a lot of energy around you and in your life. But things are looking good as far as your new approach to how you're seeing the world around you, your new emotional health. Okay. Ace of Wands with the Four of Wands. So new ambition and fulfillment and stability in your ambition. So a lot of times this card is with the garland and the pillars here, it's kind of like a ceremony. Sometimes it's seen as matrimony or that kind of thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that way, but it's emotional fulfillment. You are, well, not just emotional. It's kind of like your ambition is being fulfilled, really. So with these two together, it's like, you know where you're headed, and it's right here. A lot of times this can be seen as soul family, soul tribe, or soulmate as well, getting together and being united in this common goal. So I really like seeing those together. Five of Wands with the Page of Swords. There's a little bit of negativity here with this one, and I'm feeling it on actually both of these. So the Page of Swords, sometimes it's seen as a spy, actually. Sometimes whispering or negativity, and it can be in your own mind too, not necessarily a spy, like an enemy looking in on you per se. However, it does have to do with the availability of social media being so common now that anybody can kind of look you up and stalk you and see what you're doing, right? So I do feel like nowadays this energy can be easily attained, the spying sort of thing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. The card isn't always a negative thing either. Somebody could just be watching you to get inspiration. So with this, the sword is mental clarity, intelligence, ideas, inspirations. So maybe good, maybe not. But with the Five of Wands here, there's conflict in this. Somebody's very conflicted on what they're seeing or what they're trying to do. Maybe it's internal conflicts. Maybe you're fighting with yourself, or you're in petty arguments. Maybe you're stirring up things online just because you want to feel justified in your ideas and your mindset. It's kind of unhealthy. So I would suggest that energy be kind of left alone, and not continuing to pursue this kind of negativity. But, do what you want. I just don't see a lot of positivity happening in conjunction with all of these wands. So these I've already talked about. I definitely feel like the shift from this mindset could happen without you actually wanting it to. So you may be forced into taking a better look at yourself and not be so negative and conflicting with yourself and other people. Okay, now we have the Four of Swords and Judgment. Four of Swords is rest, right? I already mentioned that. It's also keeping yourself out of the fight. So you're actually, with this card, you're not doing this. So that's good. With Judgment, this is waking up to your spiritual calling. It's kind of like in the original artwork, the angel has a trumpet calling people to awaken into the path that their spirit has for them. Whatever that path is, wherever it's going to take you, it's definitely a major change in the way that you're going to be approaching things. So there's a lot of different kinds of energies going on here. I think that a lot of people are kind of moving out of the negativity and ready for change, ready for things to kind of shift, because you've been doing the work. And so you need to let go of the control that you have over everything in your life and just kind of let things begin to shift into something new. Begin to appreciate what's ahead for you, because in the darkest days of your life, there's always something ahead to look forward to. Like, it can't rain all the time, right? I just really think that whoever this is for, you need to be able to take yourself, in these moments of realizing that you can let go of control and you can rest and replenish your mind and stop letting all these conflicts overtake you. So I really think that this is a pretty good message. And I actually want to do, I think, one more of these. Let's just see what we have here. Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Okay, interesting. So this card, Anna is somebody who was in the background, not very prominent, not very well known in stories about Jesus and all of that. But if it wasn't for everything that she did, the laying the foundations, that the plan wouldn't have gone the way it did. So her process was extremely necessary. She had to do everything that was necessary to get all the steps laid out in the right order. So she played her part, in the plan. She did her part, and she doesn't need the recognition. That's not why she did it. She did it because it was necessary. So I think this is a kind of energy that you could really get something from. Understand that everything that you've gone through, it's all been part of the plan. Rising above it, allowing yourself to heal, and finding the time to rest and find the beauty within yourself and within the world around you. That is, to me, this is really showing that you don't need to worry because it's all part of the plan. That's been one of the main things that I have noticed in my own healing. It's that everything I have gone through, all the conflicts of the dark night of the soul, all the things, the changes and all the transformations I have seen now in hindsight, the importance of every aspect. Every step along the path has been absolutely necessary for my growth, for my betterment. And just don't forget, don't lose sight of the path. Follow the call. Your spirit has something for you. So don't ignore it. I mean, you do what you want, but your path is set. There is a path. There is a path. So don't ignore it. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and just look forward to everything turning around for you, because it will. Things will shift. Thank you. I love you.